Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And with this one right here, we are talking Euphoria Season 2, Episode 4, titled You Who Cannot See, Think of Those Who Can. Yes, we are here for another Euphoria recap. This is Episode 4. At Maddie's birthday party, relationships are celebrated and questioned. Jules turns to Elliot for advice. Kyle takes a trip down memory lane. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know I really did enjoy this episode, except for the ending. I wasn't in love with it. It wasn't bad, but I thought the episode should have ended on a certain point, but they kept it going, which was a bit confusing for me. So please don't rip me up in the comment section. Let's help each other out and have a healthy community. But I just also want to let you know this is going to be a spoiler-filled brief reaction. I'm going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen it. So you have been warned. And it also will be brief. Why will it be brief, Brandon? Because later on tonight at 10:30 p.m. CST, I will be doing a recording with Miss Struggle Reviewz TV. We do this every week. Here is her channel right here. If you want to go and show her some love, she just reached 4,000 subscribers. So congratulations to her. And we also may have my boy OneTakeBigDog as well joining us for our recap of episode 4. We're going to go about 45 minutes to an hour long, just going all into the nitty gritty. These two lovely people are on right here on my channel tab. There's OneTakeBigDog and there is Miss Struggle Reviewz TV Tyra right there on the second row. And if you just go to my homepage and you scroll down, I mean, me and her, we do this every week. Bam, right there, Euphoria Season 2. Here is our recap of episode 3 and also our recap of episode 2. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come back 10:30 p.m. CST for our long nitty-gritty spoilery recap. But let's go ahead and get into this right here, dealing with these three characters with Maddie's birthday, Jules and Elliot, and also Kyle going down memory lane. I don't know out of Cassie or Cal who was more crazy. As I was watching this episode, I was saying to myself, I already know what I'm going to put in the thumbnail of this video, and I already know what I'm going to put in the title of that. And Cassie is a lunatic, and I already had the image. I was like, bam, I'm going to go and get a screenshot and put that right there. But the way that this episode ended with Cal and his revelation to his family, damn. That one right there is painful. That is damaging, man. And I don't see how you can recover from that. I mean, you possibly can, you know. They say that no matter how big of a splash you make, eventually nobody cares. I don't know if that has to deal with family ties as well. But this one right here was jarring, man. And I have to say, even though I do not like Nathan, I don't, and I think he is a despicable person. We really don't know his brother too well. I do feel sorry for them, you know. I mean, he's at the age to where he can start taking things, you know, he can start holding himself accountable and responsible for his own actions and whatnot. But at the same time, a lot of his behavior and mindset is because of his father, Cal, and this double life that he's been trying to live this whole time. Now, if you wanted to look at the flip side of this, find some silver lining, hey, at least Cal is completely coming out of the closet, I guess you can say, and being completely honest with his family. But this delivery right here was horrible. I mean, it's so accepted, the toxicity in this household, that the father is pouring up in front of his child. I mean, it was already a train wreck when he came back home, but let's go back before that. He's pouring up, he already coming home. He got his ass whooped last week by Ashtray, because Ashtray kept bopping him up in the head with the butt of the shotgun. Lovely scene. Ashtray is my favorite character. So now Cal coming through with bandaged head up and stuff, and just like, man, like that, you don't need to see, no child, a son or daughter needs to see their father, their mother, their parents, guardians in this capacity, you know, to where they're coming home bruised up and beaten with bandages on their head, you know, and you're going to ask questions. I mean, he's supposed to be still in high school around that age. stage right there. Seeing your dad pour up, I'm gonna go for a drive. Okay, wear a seatbelt. Okay, dad. That's just horrible. You know what I'm saying? And we already got the end, and that's even 10 times worse. But we're gonna get to that right there. But let me go back to Cassie. Well, actually, no. Let's start. Because that part that I just talked about with Nathan and Cal and the whole family, I think her name was Marsha. Is that the wife's name? Is that the wife's name, Marsha? I'm looking right now on IMDb and I don't see it, but I don't want to spend too much time there. But let's see. That had the most impact on me right there with Cal and his family. The second that had the biggest impact, it was number one. It was going to be Cassie and Maddie and Nathan, but that's number two. But that had the least impact for me was what was going on, this love triangle with Jules, Rue, and Elliot. Now, it was very interesting to me because when we first meet Elliot, Jules does not trust him. Jules does not trust him. Jules and Rue are on some type of concrete embankment, some bridge with the legs kicked out. You know, Jules is like, Rue, I don't trust him. I think he wants to F you. I think he wants to have sex with you. You know, he's a man. They go and do the interrogation scene, which is quite funny. She's asking all the questions. They're trying to reveal each other's body counts and find all that stuff out. She's like, I don't like you. But then later on in that episode, we see that Jules and Elliot are getting closer and closer in proximity and physicality. And I'm just like, is this going to pop off right here? Or are they going to have sex and all? And then fast forward to this episode, you know, they're doing their thing. He's teaching her how to eat vagina with his hands and stuff. And it seemed like he knew what he was doing. You know, it seemed like he was really making her skin crawl, or yeah, her skin crawl. I'm trying to get it right. Her skin crawl and, you know, making her feel all moist downstairs and all that good stuff, you know. And that's just quite interesting. I mean, because they go, and I was like, okay, man, why don't they just have sex? Why are they just really hiding the secret? Why don't they just go ahead and do the damn thing? And I was really wondering at first, I'm like, where is Rue at? It's just them two right here in bed. And then Elliot's phone goes off and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I got to go downstairs. Rue's downstairs, and they go downstairs and all that stuff. But later on in the episode, I was just saying to myself, okay, why don't all three of them just go ahead and have sex? This doesn't make any sense. Jules and Rue have hooked up a number of times now. That was the very beginning of this episode. Rue is up here faking orgasms. Now, guys, I mean, yes, they are in high school. We've all done this before. So I got to, when I'm watching this show and I'm critiquing the characters, I have to remember, Brandon, you know, you're in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? You're about to be 40. These characters in high school, you did stupid stuff too. You was irrational. You was emotional. You was sensitive. You know, let's not, you know, try to act like you're better than everybody. Okay. So I'm trying to be conscious in that sense right there and aware. Now, I'm not saying I didn't go to the lengths of some of these characters like Cassie waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning every day with a 3-hour routine trying to get a guy. I mean, I didn't do that. You know, I pulled out the stay flow and all that, but I didn't go to Cassie's lengths and stuff. So, but anyway, what I'm saying is she's faking orgasms. Look, don't fake orgasms. I know they're in high school, but you know, don't fake orgasms. This is a waste of everybody's time. You know, just be honest, and so that both parties can be happy and y'all can move on. You know, but I think I can't even talk. It was funny to me that Jules knew instantly that she was faking orgasm. Like, okay, did you just fake an orgasm? And that is how it transitioned over into the scene with Elliot and Jules. And I like that transition right there. But before that, I got to look at all the art and the illustration. It was quite interesting. You know, the pieces that they were showing. They were reminiscing on all these movies. I forgot the one with the clay. You know, that's an old classic. Of course, we got Titanic. We got some Brokeback Mountain in there. I forgot the other movies as well, but that was a cute little thing. But going back to the, you know, she was rude, not rude, but Jules was saying to Elliot, hey, I think she's faking an orgasm. And, you know, Elliot's like, hey, I got to give it to Elliot. I mean, he's smooth. He's chill. You know, he knows how to just sit back and just be like, okay, I'm just going to parlay right here. If it happens, it happens. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. He's not like overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool right there. I'll give him that. And that's when he goes to kind of teach her how to, you know, perform, you know, in the hand or whatever. And I got to say, that was quite clever. I was like, okay, I see he got some game. You know, he's smooth with it. And, you know, they proceeded to get on. And that's when Rue texts Elliot and they had to leave. But I was just saying to myself, they have to have sex in this episode, because later on when Jules and Elliot were in the bed, they was going at it again, and Rue was in the bathroom. We thought that she was using the restroom, but she was in there sniffing drugs. And Elliot was like, why don't we just have sex? And I'm just like, okay, Jules, you agreed to it. You have the most power in this situation, because at this point in time, you have had sex or messed around at the very least with both parties. You've done it with Elliot one-on-one and with Rue a couple of times now, a few times now, or at least, yeah, a few times now. So, I mean, you already agreed to it. You know Elliot is down. You know that you're down. And I mean, Elliot, we don't know this. We don't want to assume. But it's assumed that Rue would be cool with hooking up with Elliot too. So when Rue came back and she jumped in the middle, all Jules had to do was turn around and start making out with Rue. That's all she had to do. Okay. Now, she didn't know that she was high on drugs now, because we don't want to be taking advantage of nobody when they're intoxicated. But Jules didn't know that. And if Rue would have kept it going, Elliot is right there. All they got to do is just join in. You already know Jules is down. I mean, I was like, okay, hey, they're going to do it. And Elliot goes to the bathroom, finds out that she was sniffing drugs and all that. But they had to throw a wrench in there, because I was like, okay, we're only on episode 4. I'm assuming we're going to get 8 or 10 episodes. If they start having sex in the threesome this early in the season, that may water down or make the ending of this season 2 a bit anticlimactic. I don't know what you guys' expectations are out there, or if y'all are like clamoring or salivating at the mouth like, oh my God, I hope they have sex. It'll be amazing, all 3 of them. I don't know that. Let me know down in the comment section below, but subscribe first. But later on in the episode, Elliot was like, hey, Jules. And I knew it was going down. Jules, they go and try to rob the stupid. Why would you want to go rob liquor? Get the ass. I'm just saying, it was right there. But anyway, they go and rob the store. I just knew they was gonna go rob Ashtray and Fezco's spot, but that was a horrible botch thing. They almost died with the window broken. Rue is tripping, drinking in a bag. She gets upset, want to be dropped off, and then Elliot and Jules go back to the crib. I just knew they was gonna smash right here. She's like, hey, can I take a shower? He's like, yeah, he in there chilling. She come out there with a little G-string on. She's like, I don't want to think about it. I want it, you know. When he was like, I got something to tell you, I just knew that he was gonna be like, I'm trans too, because I don't know. I just felt like it was gonna be some big reveal about his sexuality or gender, or I don't know. Because early on in the episode, when they was messing around and they was interrupted, he was like, I'm just gonna put my dick in my waistband right here. And I was thinking maybe he just kind of saying that, to throw Jules off or whatever. But that's not the case. But I thought he was gonna be like, I don't have a penis. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being serious. I just thought it was gonna be like some type of, it was gonna be a shocker. We was gonna like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, or I don't know. But he was like, hey, old girl is still doing drugs. I was doing drugs with her. And Jules is hurt by this. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm really glad that he made that reveal. And I guess he just would have felt really guilty because, I guess Jules is vulnerable, and he would have felt like he took advantage of her if he would have obliged her proposal. And as far as sex, and he wasn't completely honest with her, because she did open up in a sense. So this is kind of interesting to me right there. So, I mean, and this is the part, I guess Rue felt convicted. She's dreaming, and then she imagines herself in church. Jules and Elliot is there. At first, when she was hugging the black guy singing, but then they zoomed in, and at first I was like, okay, is this Elliot? And I was like, no, that's her father. I believe that was her dead father. At first I thought it was Elliot, but if I'm incorrect right there, please respectfully let me know in the comment section. I'm not necessarily in love with this sequence right here. I mean, if you were, that's perfectly fine. But we got to move over to Maddie and Cassie at the birthday. Man, Cassie is a lunatic. She's going to blackmail Nathan into being in a relationship. Like, that's nuts. Like, everything that she was saying in the beginning, I forgot exactly what she said, but I was saying to myself when she was watching it, like, this girl is a lunatic. She's crazy. And Nathan was like, man, this is not nothing to brag about. And she's like, I know. I mean, Cassie is nuts. She needs help. Okay. Oh man, like what did she say exactly? You guys are toxic. You're not good for her. She's not good for you. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. And by stopping it, she wants to be with him. what kind of twisted logic is that? I mean, it was some more crazy effed up stuff she said. I don't remember it verbatim. But man, I was like, Cassie, she needs some help, man. And when she showed up, so Maddie is having the birthday party at Cassie's crib. Because, you know, I'm in Cassie and Lexi's crib. I'm like, oh, you know, okay. And it's also just so interesting how Lexi is so conservative, but Cassie is showing she got all her assets out there. But when Nathan shows up at the door, and the way Cassie opened it, like, oh my God, she was so happy. And man, when she went upstairs and she was drinking and she was having her dream sequences all throughout this thing as well. Talking to herself, she on stage, she getting into it with Lexi, you know, when they trying to audition. Was that for the Oklahoma play, or I can't remember, that already passed. But she is drinking, tripping balls, man. She goes up, she in the bathroom drinking more and more, and she puts that bathing suit on, trying to, you know, it goes out there in the hot tub. Nathan is scared as hell. I mean, he don't need to say a word, but he said nope too quick. And man, that little thing right there just blew up in his face. Why you gotta say no like that? We're talking about Maddie. But he was so defensive. Like, it was like a reflex. I'm like, damn, cuz. Like, I was like, Nathan, just get out the tub, man. Just say you gotta go to the bathroom, so you gotta go boo-boo, your stomach hurts, something, man. Get out of there, man. Extra stage left. And then he said something to Kat. Kat jumped on him too. I'm like, wow. And then all of a sudden, Cassie came and saved the day by throwing up and vomiting over everybody. Y'all, they took too dang long to get out that pool. I'm like, this is throw up, this is vomit. I would have been out that pool like a rocket in the sky, like, or jacuzzi, like, they took too long. She threw up on everybody. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you nasty, nasty girl. Like, you are gross. Like, oh, that was, I mean, everybody done threw up before. I'm being silly, but that was nasty. But I know Nathan was like, thank God, Cassie. Woo, man. Anytime I got to get out of a situation, get out of a pickle, let's give Cassie some alcohol so she can come in and vomit on everybody and I can exit stage left. So that was just kind of funny to me. And she's like, oh my God, I ruined everything. I'm just like, man. And her parent is not good either, just letting all the kids come over and drink and do whatever the hell they want to do. Just like, oh my God, if y'all tell anybody, you know, she was just like, you can't come over no more, you know. It's crazy, the stuff that these kids get away with, but it's very entertaining too, you know. But how do y'all feel about Cassie blackmailing Nathan like this? I mean, it's really ridiculous. Also, how do we feel about Kat and Ethan? We saw at the very end of this episode, they was driving the car. She's just miserable. Yeah, you are. I mean, I don't know what you want, Kat. You know, you're dreaming about Dothraki thrashing you over Ethan's dead body. Just break it off. You know, because you're going to end up getting your feelings hurt. Kat is getting on my nerve too. I'm trying to think I don't know what characters I like in the show right now, but how do y'all feel about Cassie? Do y'all feel that she's overreacting? I do. She's tripping. And we saw how this episode ended with her looking in her makeup mirror with roses and petals everywhere, man. She is like really, really going through it. It is. Also, yeah, how do y'all feel like, I think I saw an article saying that parents are really outraged about this show, saying that HBO is glorifying, you know, sex and drugs and high schoolers and stuff. I beg to differ. I think it's just revealing a lot. I didn't do all this when I was in high school. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't drink. I saw people doing drugs, but I didn't participate myself. But I mean, people had sex in high school. They did. I mean, people always been having sex in high school. Everybody wasn't doing drugs in high school, but people did drugs and drink in high school. And, you know, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's just so honest and on the forefront, and we can access it so easily through a streaming app. I don't know, but you guys let me know. But we got to talk about Kyle right now, because this dude right here, he drives to the bar to where him and Derek first found out what they really like. And Kyle is, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, would he be defined as queer? Because he likes men, women, and trans? I'm ignorant. I'm still trying to learn. Now I can still look stuff up. But as I said earlier, the silver lining is that, hey, at least he came out, but he was tripping. He went to the bar. At first, he was having a good time, reminiscing. He made a contact with somebody, and he just started crying, man, because he started remembering Derek saying, how I missed you. And I just got to say, in Kyle's defense, man, like, look, live your life. This has been eating away at his soul for years. because he has not been able to be completely open with who he wants to be. And it's come back and bit him in the ass. Much easier said than done times infinity. I know. I'm not trying to sit here stupid saying, does Brandon really think it's that easy? Man, if I come out, my family would disown me. I would lose my job. I would lose my funding. I would lose this. I would lose that. I would get my ass beat. I would, near death. I understand all of that. And I am not trying to downgrade all of it, but I'm just saying, if you have an opportunity, live your life, because you don't want, Kai's children are innocent here. They are, and they're suffering because of this grown man's, his decisions, He tries to do WWE and gets kicked out of there. I just knew that this episode was very suspenseful. I just knew that it was somebody was going to either die or it's going to be a car accident. I thought the cow was going to run into Rue, Elliot, and Jules in the car, and it was all going to end up at the hospital. He's throwing his hands up, woo! I'm like, man, you really got away with that. Comes home, pisses on the floor, got his dick out, embarrassing himself. He's like, I F men, I F women, I F trans, I want to do this. He said Nathan was a failure or a regret. And then you wanna try to justify all of your bullshit by calling out your oldest son's porn collection. Look, I'm not judging nobody on first of all, 99.9% of people watch porn. And if they don't watch porn, they watch it at a certain point in time in their life when they were just curious and wanted to figure some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done searched for something crazy, and he was like eight men coming on one girl at one time. Bro, he is a young adult. You are a grown man with a family, cheating, recording people without them knowing it, minors at that. That's like a triple, quadruple no. You're filming people without their permission. You're having sex with minors. You're lying, and you're cheating on your wife and your family. Your oldest son, I forgot his name. It's not Nathan. That's the youngest son. The youngest son. He's not cheating on nobody. He's not lying to nobody. He's minding his own damn business in the privacy of his bedroom or on his phone or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So no. Now, even if it was gay porn or trans porn or what, well, I'm not gonna say bestiality. That's his business. It's not hurting anybody. You're hurting people, Kyle. So for you to do that, dude, you are pathetic. Look, I don't. Hey, you want to come out and no, man, that is wrong. And then you're gonna blame your child, and then you're gonna talking about to save the letters from the counselor back in the day. Okay, yeah, that's kind of messed up, but still, it ain't as bad. Maybe she feels neglected because you're screwing everybody else. You're screwing men and Jules and everybody else. You had this double life. Shit. She knew. I don't know. Am I tripping? And I thought the episode should have ended right there of him just going ham on his family and then, cut credits, but then it starts going back, showing everybody else. I kind of wish we would have saw all the other stuff first. But man, this was a crazy episode right here, man. Kyle has destroyed his family, and CASSIE is tripping balls. And I wonder what the relationship is going to be like with Jules, Elliot, and Rue in the next one. But I'm ready to talk about it, guys, and I hope you are too. Make sure you let me know everything you thought down in the comment section below. And also, guys, subscribe to the channel and make sure you come back for me and Miss Struggle Reviewz TV and OneTakeBigDog as we break down this entire episode over Euphoria and add another one to the Euphoria Season 2 collection. But guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach 35,000 subscribers and 100,000 by the end of 2022. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.